So today on Project Shop, we got a bunch of wire to strip. So this stuff here is actually aluminum wire, but I do have two bins or two buckets of copper wire. And then this is actually like number 2 or Romex, which is perfect because I just got the other machine set up and it strips Romex in one pass. So we're going to try to strip all of that. So we're going to get this over to the table and see how fast we can blow through this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take the jaw and we're going to cut this stuff right in half. Now, obviously, if I just opened this up and ran it through the machine, it would be faster because it's just continuously running a long piece rather than a bunch of short pieces intermittently. But, so when you have this stuff more than like 5 feet, it really is a pain in the butt to either get down in a container or just handle in general. If I start sending a bunch of 10-foot, 15-foot pieces through there, some of this stuff here is probably 20, 30 feet long. It's just going to be a mess on the backside. The person cleaning it's not going to be able to keep up. So you cut this stuff into, you know, around 5-foot, 6-foot pieces. It goes a lot faster on the backside. Okay, we got both machines going. We're going to start off with this bigger stuff. Get ourselves dialed in here. We might be squeezing a little hard probably. Let's see what we got. Well, it stripped it. It did kind of walk all over the place real funny though. On one side. Let me back down on this a little bit. Might be too high on that back side. Give that a little bit more juice. See if we can't get this stuff to peel right off. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Nice. Alright, let's see how this machine goes. Supposedly, we can strip a bunch at once. Did that strip it? I might need to squeeze a little harder on that one. I mean, it is stripping it. But it's right there at the verge of making a bunch of needles. Let's run another piece, see what happens. Yeah. I think if I squeeze that any harder, it's gonna wind up making needles. It already is, look at that. Let's see if it'll do two at once. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, even two at once like this, I mean, it's coming right off. I just don't think it's going to be as fast if I just feed this, where it's just stripping it right off. Alright, I'm going to run all this stuff real quick, and then we're going to dig into this pile. We got some more big 500. We're going to do all the big stuff first, and then work our way down to the smaller stuff. Okay, that literally took like less than 5 minutes probably to run all that. So I'm going to go ahead and find all the 500 in this one, and we're going to run all that. Okay, as you can see, these two machines absolutely shredded this aluminum wire and made light work of it. Probably took me like maybe 25 minutes, if that, to strip all that wire. Is basically as fast as I can feed it through these two machines. Now this machine over here is probably running 3 times faster than this, because I'm putting one piece in here off of one of them coils and I'm able to run almost 3 through that machine before it's finished. Which, hey, either way, it's still stripping, and a good addition to the setup here. We just increased how fast we can strip this stuff, and yeah, we're doing pretty good. So we're gonna get this cleaned up, and then we're gonna bring over some copper and strip some real wire. All right, we're on the copper now. Things are really out of control. There's just copper everywhere. I'm gonna wait to strip that stuff and this stuff. We're gonna run through all the big stuff first, and then, you know, we'll just keep stripping until we're tired. At least the big stuff, you start stripping that per foot, you're getting a lot more money, or you're recovering a lot more money. So we'll run all this big stuff and then start on the spaghetti, and then maybe get to the Romex. I was stripping some of that through the machine. Got to dial it in just right, but it'll strip it in one pass. And then this machine here is just killing it on this big stuff. So I'm gonna focus on just feeding this thing for now. I'll play with that one a little bit, see what happens with this stuff. But it is making needles, so I might need a new blade, but we'll see. Okay, it's a sad day over here at Project Shop. I done burned up my wire stripper. I was stripping some of that Romex through this machine, and I had to dial it in to do one pass, and all of a sudden the breaker kicked and smoke poured out of this motor. So I can't complain, and I'm not really upset because I got this machine used. I have no idea how old it was or how much use it had before I got it. I've had it for almost 5 years now, and I have run a ton of wire through this machine. I only paid 250 bucks for this thing, so I can't complain. And I'm surprised this Chinese motor lasted as long as it did with the abuse that I put it through. So I'm gonna kind of look at this as a blessing, because I've been wanting to replace this 3 horsepower 110 motor with a 5 horsepower 220 motor. That way we could really strip some copper and not worried about how many amps we're pulling. I think I was running, I had a really long extension cord plugged into a plug that I normally don't plug into. Normally I plug in right over there. And, you know, maybe the cord plus where I had it plugged into back over there somewhere just was too much, and we were drawing too many amps through the long cord that I was using. I don't know. But we'll get this motor off of here and take it apart and try to, you know, see what happened. And then someone in the comments asked me, why do you need 2 wire strippers? And this is exactly why. This thing burned up, and we still stripped a little bit of wire through this before I decided, you know, we're just going to sell it all off as is, because I already done stripped all the good stuff. And we were down into the spaghetti wire, which, you know, depending on how much time you want to put into it and how quickly you want to recover your money, I just sent the rest of that wire as is. Still made, you know, good profit for the day. So I can't complain. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for this, because we are absolutely overrun with scrap all the way to the door. And my entire trailer is full of these lights right here that I picked up from Orlando. So stay tuned for that video, and we'll be knocking the rest of this stuff out. Got some extruded Ballard lights, got some transformers down in there. Still got to get on that 1-ton ballast breakdown. They're literally bursting at the seams over there. Just had a lot going on. And as you can see, I made a little bit of progress on the shelves. I finally got them decked, and I got the supports all bolted in, a little I-beam and a bracket. I was going to put the steel cable in there, but I'm actually going to use that for the next part, which hopefully I'll get to. I'm not going to be able to get to it this weekend, but hopefully by next weekend I'll have the other shelf set up to where these 2 blue columns are going to go away. And then I can get my table back over there against the wall, kind of like where I want it, and free up a lot of space over here. But this is what I got going on. This is basically bunch of spare tires, parts from my truck. Got some cool light fixtures I'm going to try to restore. They're either copper or brass. I think they're brass. They were like $2,000 a piece for the ones that they replaced, and they look just like it, except for they were LED, and those were incandescent lights. And then over here, this is a bunch of tools and stuff I need to go through still, and boxes of parts and whatnot. And then what I did over here is the 16-foot span that came across. I just kind of put it down onto the real actual horizontal shelving. And I got pretty much, this is where I'm going to keep all my stock and whatnot and parts. This shelf over here, I got to go through all this stuff yet. I just kind of put it over here to get it up out of the way. Got my stainless rods strapped right to the thing. I got anything that's really long, over 6 foot, up there. So all the stock I have set up over here is like 6 foot or left. This is all extruded aluminum, and then I don't even know what's in those bins. But we'll be going through them soon. And then I got to get my mill down still. So things are definitely coming along over here. I'm really stoked about having this whole area open, and then the shelves up here. It was kind of, you know, took some pretty creative redneck engineering to get it done like this. I got my lighting up there, and then I'll be able to actually work over here. So yeah, and then hopefully by the end of next weekend, I'll have the other side done. I'll have those, the two blue supports gone, and they'll actually be put down that way, because I'm gonna have another shelf kind of like this going that way and one coming off here that way. And then it'll be all open, basically. I'll have open space. This table is gonna get kind of pushed over there, and then I'll have more room to work. Because as you can see, it don't take long for me to overrun this shop. You know, I'm in here basically by myself, so there's only so much work I can do during the day, do at night, shoot YouTube videos and edit them. It's a lot of work. So maybe I need to get myself a decent partner or something. That's something that I haven't been able to do since I started. Had a couple of partners in the past, but pretty much most people are useless. They turned out to be either drunks, druggies, or just straight up useless. So I'm gonna be pushing to get this thing back up, because I have a line on piles of 500 MCM. And we want to definitely run most of it through this machine, but we will run some of it through this machine because I can run two of them at the same time. So stay tuned for that video. So if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do over here. And if you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, man, it doesn't cost you nothing. Hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Help YouTube push my videos out there, because it does take a lot of my time and effort to make these videos. And I'd like to actually make better videos for you. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dancing before?